Hello, and welcome to the show. I'm Hari.
And I'm Kimi. Today, we are taking a trip deep into the lush forests, coastal mangroves, and mysterious swamps of Central and South America to spotlight a fascinating wetland bird, the gray-cowled wood-rail.
Yes, the gray-cowled wood-rail, known scientifically as Arametes cajaneus. Now, Kimi, when most people think of rails, they think of secretive, marsh-dwelling birds that are incredibly hard to spot. But this species is quite large for a wood-rail and has some seriously striking features.
It really does. But before we paint a picture of what it looks like, let's talk about its fascinating taxonomy. The species was originally described back in 1776 by German zoologist Philipp Ludwig Statius Müller. He called it Fulica cagiena, basing his description on an illustration called Cayenne's water hen by French artist Edmé Louis d'Aubenton.
And that genus name, Arametes, has a cool origin. It combines the genus Aramis, which is the limpkin, with the Greek suffix oides, meaning resembling. So it basically means limpkin-like. The specific epithet cajaneus is a direct nod to Cayenne, the capital of French Guiana.
Speaking of names, let's talk about its subspecies. While the exact number is highly debated, the International Ornithologists' Union officially recognizes two. There's the nominate subspecies, which covers almost the entire range, and then there's Arametes cagienus avicenniae, found only in coastal southeastern Brazil.
That's right, and some sources suggest the subspecies name Avicennae indirectly honors the legendary Persian philosopher and physician Avicenna, though it was actually chosen to denote the bird's mangrove habitat, which is named after him. Which is wild for a bird native to Brazil. Some experts even believe this subspecies should be its own distinct species. It's geographically isolated, and researchers speculate that another bird, the slaty-breasted wood-rail, acted as an ecological barrier, driving their evolutionary split.
That ecological barrier theory is fascinating. Now, what does this bird actually look like? Picture a bird about 33 to 40 centimeters long, weighing up to 465 grams. It has a gorgeous medium gray head and neck, the gray cowl blending into a warm brown patch at the back of its head. The upper parts are an elegant olive green to dark brown, while the chest and flanks are a rich rufous orange. To complete the look, it has a black belly and tail, bright coral red legs, a stunning greenish-yellow bill, and piercing red eyes.
It sounds incredibly colorful. And while the males and females look identical, the youngsters have their own distinct style. The juveniles are much duller, with dusky legs and brownish eyes. But the chicks are the real showstoppers. They are completely black and downy with brown heads. Uniquely, they hatch with a tiny white egg tooth on their upper beak and an even smaller one on the tip of their lower beak, which helps them break out of their shell.
Double egg teeth? That's incredibly rare. Now, if you're exploring their habitat at dawn or dusk, you won't just see them, you will definitely hear them. They have this loud, highly repetitive cackling call. It sounds like pop-dee, pop-dee, co-co-co-co-co, or chitty-co, chitty-co, cow-cow-cow. They often sing these loud choruses in pairs, performing coordinated duets that echo through the forest.
I love that. It must sound so lively. And unlike many other rails, the gray-cowled wood-rail isn't strictly bound to the mud. It regularly perches in shrubs and even trees. While they rarely fly, if you startle one, it will flutter up to a low branch rather than taking off into the sky. They are generally very cautious, retreating into the dense underbrush if humans get closer than 10 meters.
And that cautious nature extends to their breeding habits. They are strictly monogamous, forming long-lasting pair bonds that stay together year-round. When breeding season arrives, typically between March and August, they build large, sturdy cup nests out of twigs and leaves, placed about 1 to 3 meters up in trees or thickets. They lay a clutch of 3 to 7 glossy, whitish eggs blotched with brown.
What's amazing is the cooperative parenting. Both the mom and dad take turns incubating the eggs in shifts of 6 to 8 hours. Studies of captive birds show they even split the shift by time of day. The male sits on the nest during the day, and the female takes over the night shift. Once the chicks hatch, after about 20 days, they are precocial, meaning they can move around almost immediately, though they might return to the nest for safety for up to 40 days.
They really have parenting down to a science. But Hari, we have to talk about their diet because it gets pretty bizarre. They are nocturnal foragers, eating everything from crabs in the mangroves to insects, frogs, seeds, and fruits. To eat freshwater snails, they will actually hammer the shells against hard surfaces to break them open. And to get berries, they will jump high into the air to break off entire clusters before picking them apart on the ground.
That's some serious athletic effort for a berry. But Kimi, you skipped the most infamous part of their diet. They are known to visit giant otter latrines and feed on, well, giant otter feces. It's a behavior known as coprophagy, likely to extract undigested nutrients. Talk about a diverse menu.
I guess they aren't picky. Interestingly, despite their cooperative nesting, they can be surprisingly selfish when foraging. If a mated pair is feeding, they will actually use aggressive threat displays to keep their partner at a distance so they don't have to share their food. I love you, honey, but hands off my crab.
I think a lot of humans can relate to that. Now, when it comes to their conservation status, there's good news. The International Union for Conservation of Nature lists them as least concern. They have an incredibly vast range covering over 21 million square kilometers, and the global population is estimated to be anywhere between 5 and 50 million birds. However, they do face localized threats from habitat destruction, and in places like northeast Brazil and Panama, they are occasionally hunted or kept for food, sometimes caught using baited fish hooks near the water.
It's a reminder that even common species need our respect and habitat protection. They also host some unique microscopic life, being the type host for a couple of specialized blood parasites, Plasmodium berti and Plasmodium lutzi. They really are their own little ecosystems.
They absolutely are. Well, that is all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us as we explored the vibrant, noisy, and slightly quirky world of the gray-cowled woodrail. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you everyone. Stay curious and we'll see you next time.
This episode is based on the Wikipedia article, Grey-cowled woodrail, which is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike license. This podcast was crafted using artificial intelligence.